everyone, this video would focus on word problems on arithmetic sequence, and this is the first part. Now let's take this first example right here. Between 10 to 100, how many numbers are divisible by 3? So what are we going to do now is we're going to write out some terms after 10 and some terms towards 100. So then I can go ahead and write it out. Okay, so I've placed 3 dots between this because there's going to be a lot of numbers in between 16 and 95, and we don't have to write all that. We're going to use formula in order that we can determine the number of numbers that are divisible by 3. Although you can go ahead and write it out all the way from 10 to 100, but if the problem is asking us of problems like all the way to 500 or all the way to 1000, that would be a lot of numbers that you need to write. So then this is where the formula would come in to make our math fast and easy. Okay, there are steps that we need to do in order that we can determine the number of numbers that are divisible by 3 between 10 to 100. The first step is to determine the first term a1 and the last term an or t of n and the difference d. So in this problem right here, we can go ahead and say that 10 is not divisible by 3. So we can cross that out. 11 is not divisible by 3. 12 is divisible by 3. 13 is not, 14 is not, 15 is divisible by 3, 16 is not divisible by 3, 95 is not divisible by 3, 96 is divisible by 3, 97 and 98 are not divisible by 3, 99 is divisible by 3, 100 is not divisible by 3. Once we figured out these numbers here, we can go ahead and label our 12 as our a sub 1. We represent this as the first term between 10 to 100 that's divisible by 3. And the 99, we can label this as a sub n. Some books would use a sub n. Others would use t of n. It doesn't really matter. These are just variables that we assign to them. So this is pretty much our last term between 10 to 100 that is divisible by 3. And this is the first term that is divisible by 3 between 10 to 100. So then we go ahead and determine the difference d. So in order that we can do that, we can actually, again, we crossed out the rest of them that are not divisible by 3. So we're going to determine the difference between these two. So to find the difference, we go ahead and subtract the second minus the first. So that is 15 minus 12 is 3. So the difference is 3. So then we go ahead and move on to the second step. The second step is to plug in the values, the one that we already found out, into the equation and solve for n, where our n here represents the number of terms. So the equation that we're going to have here could either be these two. Okay, so it can be any of these two. So we're going to plug it in. So our t sub n or a sub n is 99. So I'm going to write 99 here is equal to our a sub 1 was 12. So I'll put in the 12 here. Plus the difference is 3. So I'll put the 3 here. And we are solving for n. N represents the number of terms between 10 to 100. So I'm just going to keep that as n minus 1. So then we go ahead and distribute the 3 to each term inside the parentheses. So this would come out 99, and that is equal to 12 plus 3n minus 3, because you have 3 times n is 3n, 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So we combine like terms. So the like terms we have here would be 12 and negative 3, and that would give us 9. So this would come out 99 is equal to 9 plus 3n. Again, our target is to solve for n. So we go ahead and subtract 9 from both sides, minus 9 here. So then we are left with 90 is equal to, we can cross this out, 3n. So we want to solve for n, or the number of terms. So this would be divided by 3, divided by 3. So we can cross out the 3 here. So 90 divided by 3, that leaves us 30. So our n here is 30. This means that there are 30 numbers that are divisible by 3 between 10 to 100. Now others are going to say, how can we check if we got it right? We can actually write them all out and see how many these are. And from here, we start with 12. So we're going to write it out. 12 and 15 and then all the way to 99. And let's count if it's 30. These are all the numbers that are divisible by 3. If we count all of these, this would sum up to 30. So 1, 2, 3, count all of these up to 99. That's 30 right there. That's it. If you found this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!